Hey guys, have you heard the news? Yes, finally, after all these years, the internet has some common sense and shutting down the popular app Musical.ly. Now, for those of you who don't know, Musical.ly is an app where basically you can lip sync to any song at a fast pace. Well, the recording is fast paced, the music is normal. Now, some of you may not know how cringeworthy the content is. Some of you may like it, most of you definitely will not. A link to a cringe compilation is in the description. Now, when I heard the news that this app was shutting down, I had to ask myself a question. Why exactly do we cringe? And more importantly, why do we find specific apps to be cringeworthy? Well, I found that cringe is an extreme form of embarrassment. Now, embarrassment is something that you feel when you see something that just it's not right, you disagree with it. And when you cringe, you physically tend to feel different. You start to feel really uncomfortable. Your spine starts to feel weird and you tense up. Now, the real question that I wanted to ask is, why are things, specifically apps, cringeworthy? More importantly, why do we see them as cringeworthy? That's when I decided to make a little animatic to help explain things. Alright, so let's say that you want to go to Chuck E. Cheese for some reason. So you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you find that the place is just crawling with obnoxious kids. And then you go over to the animatronics, you see a bunch of kids wearing their FNAF t-shirts, and they won't shut up about how possessed it is. And my gosh, these kids are really loud, until finally, one kid throws pizza in your face. So now you've had a really terrible experience, and you swear on your life to never go to Chuck E. Cheese ever again. Now, you decided never to go to Chuck E. Cheese again, not because Chuck E. Cheese itself was bad. It's because the children were bad, and you didn't want to associate yourself with those children. Same logic applies to many different properties that you'd find on the internet. Five Nights at Freddy's, Undertale, Rick and Morty, Baldi's Basics in Educational Learning, Voltron Legendary Defender, anime in general. I can go on and on about how many properties have suffered this fate. And unfortunately, because of the fan base, we see these properties as bad. Again, same logic with the Chuck E. Cheese scenario that I gave you earlier. So that should clear up why all that stuff is just seen as bad. I'm going to go move on with my life now.